Welcome to Take It or Leave It, where I find a trending video and ask my husband and personal trainer of 10 years whether or not it's good advice. This video has a 5-day split on how to build as much muscle as possible, as fast as possible.
Let's get it.
If you go to the gym 5 days per week and you're trying to build as much muscle as possible, you're going to need to train each muscle group twice per week. And here's exactly how I would structure it.
First, I already said something right. You want to train your muscles at least twice a week, so each muscle group hit it 2 times a week. So I was a little worried with a 5-day split. You might not do that, but spot on right away.
Day 1 is going to be chest, shoulders, and biceps. You're going to choose 2 to 3 chest exercises, 1 shoulder exercise, and 2 bicep exercises. Day 2 is going to be quads and abs. You're going to choose 2 to 3 exercises for your quads. This can be a leg extension, a leg press, or a squat, for example. You're going to do 1 exercise for your hamstrings, like a leg curl, and 1 to 2 exercises for abs. Day 3 is going to be back and triceps. You're going to choose 1 to 2 pulling exercises, like a pull down, 1 to 2 rowing exercises, like a machine row, and 1 to 2 tricep exercises. Day 4 is going to be hamstrings and abs. You're going to choose 1 to 2 hamstring exercises, and you're going to follow up with 1 to 2 glute exercises, like a hip thrust or glute kickback, and then 1 to 2 ab exercises. Day 5 is going to be a full upper body day. 1 exercise for chest, 1 to 2 exercises for shoulders, 1 exercise for back, and 1 to 2 exercises for arms. Save this video if you found it helpful, and make sure you follow me for more effective training tips.
It was way more boring than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, really?
Not like I thought it was going to be worse, I guess. That type of boring, like it's boring because I thought it was going to be like juicy and terrible. And like, it was good. Whatever. I'm not that excited about it, but like if you want a 5-day split, like that's one way to do it.
I was looking at that routine and just felt like that was a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how many sets, because he talks about how many exercises to do, but not how many sets you're doing within those exercises. Like, it's a decent amount of volume, but like could get outrageous if he's doing like 4, 5, 6 sets of each of those exercises. I'd like some more nuance on like how many sets is he recommending, but it needs to be pretty high if you want to build as much muscle as possible.
It just sounded like a lot of different moves every single day.
I mean, it is, but like the goal is to build as much muscle as possible, right? So like you need to do a good amount of volume, and you need to do a volume that you can recover from first and foremost. Like looking at him, he's clearly in great shape. Like his body can handle that amount of volume. If you have a lower training age where you haven't been doing this for probably like years already, that amount of work is probably going to leave you pretty sore, and it's going to compromise your recovery, which is going to compromise your growth.
That sounded like a lot. The 5 days alone sounded like a lot. The breakdown of each session sounded like because like the average person is like, okay, I want to work out, I want to get fit, I want to get lean, whatever. But you know, the average person wants to be there 45 to 60 minutes max, and I don't feel like that it's a 45 to 60 minute max sesh.
It's probably more like 60 to 90 again.
So it's not my kind of workout.
No,
because I don't got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Like, look, I think
he does.
Well, he does, but also I think
I'm a mom. I don't got that much time. I got some time in the morning.
But less is more sometimes. We're talking about like 7 different exercises. If you're doing 3 sets, that's 21 sets. Like that takes time. And also when you're doing that many sets, you're fatigued at the end. So it's kind of just like junk volume. You can have some junk volume if you want it. It's going to be helpful. It's going to be added volume because, again, he's trying to build as much muscle as possible. But for most people, it is literally junk that you can throw away for the average person. So throw it away, do less, bring more intensity and effort to the sets that you're doing, and you'll get just as much for the most part. You'll get close, like the average person, the person who wants to be fit, lean, strong, healthy, doesn't want to build as much muscle as possible, just wants to be fit and healthy. Like you don't need the junk volume.
So overall, good advice.
Yeah, good advice. I just totally thought that he was going to go with the bro split and that I'd be able to, pick it apart because that's stupid. But no, like it's a good 5-day split. Again, with his goal, his stated goal of building as much muscle as possible. You need a high volume, you need a high frequency. So I think it's a great split for that. Would I recommend it for most people? No. But if that's like, hey, I'm hell-bent on building as much muscle as possible, have fun.
So set yourself up with a basic routine first, and then when you want to level up and get gains, you can do this.
Yeah.
Because if you can do the first thing, then you can do the second. But I think a lot of people want to go balls to the walls, and that's where failure comes in, when you try to do too much at once and you're not actually committed to the whole thing.
Yeah. I love starting people at like 3 days a week, typically full body or like a lower upper full body split. So if you're doing 3 days a week and you're like, hey, I want to squeeze even more out of this, like I want to build even more muscle, then going to something like that is great.
Cool. So again, take it.
Yeah. Take it. No bro splits.